Anybody that gets to know me for any length of time knows that I find great humor in the ridiculous. What was Daniel Craig said in The Road to Perdition? It's all so ridiculous. Nacho Libre, Talladega Nights, Dumb and Dumber. To Dan, these are some of the greatest comedies ever produced. I love it. So, yeah, some people love that that song we posted the other day on the Sharp Trade entry, the bad lip reading with Yoda getting attacked by seagulls. It's just so non sequitur. How can you not enjoy it? It's so completely ridiculous. And what was that one line? That one line always gets me every time. I just start cracking up. One day I was walking along and I found this log. I rolled over this log and I found a stick. And I said, that stick had a child. Oh, come on. That's funny. I don't care who you are. And how much I find that illustrates some people when it comes to investing their money. I rolled over that log and I found a stick. And I said to myself, well, that log had a child. The craziest correlations that you could ever fathom. There was a website passed on to me there, and I don't know, I'll try to get it. Maybe I'll throw it up on the screen as I'm talking here. Tyler something. But it was about correlations and causations, and it had some of the funniest charts on there. You know, number of the people who die in bed versus, you know, shows a strong correlation to the number of people who, you know, don't like Nicolas Cage movies or something like that. I mean, they were the most whacked out correlations. There's no causation there whatsoever. And yet they had all these really neat charts. And the website's, I think, aim was to promote a book they have to show how people curve facts, try to show correlation when there's no causation really there to be at all. It's a really fascinating website. I'll probably throw it up here on the video. But yeah, I mean, come on, it's you gotta watch the causations you're making, and you can't try to tie one thing to another when there's nothing there underneath it. I had that Bitcoin crashes, Bitcoin solves problems. I do not have video entry. Wow! Did the Bitcoin religious extremists come out of the woodwork? Can somebody point out in that video entry? Because maybe I missed it, and I don't know. I was the one who made it. Can somebody point out where I said don't take your money and put it in Bitcoin? Can anybody say that? Can anybody point out in that video entry where I said you really shouldn't be trading Bitcoin? Can anybody point out where I said that? Because I think, it's just to me, I don't know, is the guy that came up with the entry, I think I said, if you want to take your money and trade Bitcoin or invest in Bitcoin, do whatever. These are some issues I see on the other side of the coin. And oh my God, did the like I say, I call them the Bitcoin religious extremists. Boy, did they come out of the woodwork. You're ignorant. You're ignorant too, when he spelled 2-2-0. If you want to take your money and put it in Bitcoin, go ahead and put it. I said, and I believe this is what I said, Bitcoin solves problems that we, as in Sharp Trade LLC, problems we don't have. It solves problems I don't have. You're having fun with it? Have fun with it. Great. Fantastic. But it's the same base idea that you have to fall in love with your investment, which is stupid. You have to fall in love with however you're placing your money. And you have to defend it. And if anybody says anything that might be construed in some possible way, you know, as a slight against whatever this particular investment religion is, well then, by God, it's a call to arms. Call all your buddies in. Let's start the war. You nut jobs. One of the dumbest things you can ever do, and I'm not talking to Bitcoin people, I'm talking to the Bitcoin religious extremists. Dumb nut jobs. Seriously, that's like investing and trading 101. You never, ever marry whatever your investment is, under any circumstances. I even put it out there in the stream, and it just happened to be a wild winner. Short AMPH. So we're short AMPH. Am I going to start coming up with wild stories about how no company by the name of AMPH has ever survived more than 50 years? It's doomed to crash. No. I allocated my money there. I got lucky in that after I got put on my short, some news piece came out that was like anti-pharma, and it sent all pharma stocks tumbling. That was pure rubber boots, pure luck. I was short already, something came out that I didn't predict, and great, now I got a runner. Fantastic. But I'm not going to come up with these whacked out stories of, about pharma stocks just because I happen to be short one. It's just where I've allocated the money, and that is all. There is this disease of thought when people start investing and trading. And it is a disease of thought where they turn asset classes into angels and demons. We've said that for a long time. That is like rookie mistake 101. Do we really need to revisit the silver bubble? I mean, to see a most recent example of that? It's funny how all the silver bubble people really are. Yeah, because it was a bubble. I remember I read an article by Josh, and he had mentioned it was like, yeah, we all know how this is going to end. Everybody that had been trading for any length of time knew how that was going to end. But suddenly those people are quiet, and they're quiet because it was a bubble. Am I calling Bitcoin a bubble? No, not at all. I'm just saying I don't see the sense in it for me. I don't see the sense in it for us, for Sharp Trade. So we don't have anything to do with Bitcoin. It doesn't solve any problems that we have. If it solves problems you have, great, more power to you. You do by you, and just let me do by me, right? But yeah, boy, those religious fanatics. And when I see that stuff, it's just like, I do call it religious fanaticism because it's the first thing you learn when you start trading. Don't ever fall in love with any investment. Don't fall in love with any trade. It is dumb. Dumb. So, although I am... How did we put it in the psychology series that we have? We have this whole playlist on trading psychology and emotional discipline. It's like, I understand that when you got a good trade going on, it's like a really, really hot girlfriend. And you really don't want to break up with a really, really hot girlfriend. But when it's time to break up, it's time to break up, right? I understand the emotional pull. It feels good, right? Union Pacific. I've got that thing as an equity income piece. I had it before the split. I've been talking about it publicly for years now. Union Pacific, Union Pacific. Gee, I wonder what Dan's going to say today. Maybe it's Union Pacific. It's a bit like a broken record, right? And then they had those earnings, and it just trounced higher. I mean, I said in the stream, I said it in the article, I'm going to say it again here. No trade or no investment is a gimme. Gimmies do not exist. But boy, by God, Union Pacific is about as close as you got to a gimme. I mean, accounting and valuations 101. A valuation course, folks. You know what I'm talking about. So, anyways, please just stop with your religious fanaticism on Bitcoin. And if you are going to be a religious fanatic on Bitcoin, hey, whatever, just don't bring it here, right? As far as the U.S. dollar, actually, I'm neutral on the U.S. dollar at the moment. If we can get the U.S. dollar above, I think I said, what did I tell you before earlier? What did I say earlier? I think it was 101.75. I might think about turning bullish again. But right now, I'm neutral, just as far as the U.S. dollar. So, that's just been our thoughts. I just sort of saw that and smiled, and I thought, gee, it doesn't seem like too long ago I was dealing with the silver religious fanatics. Do you remember the guy? Who was that guy's name? That said that gold and silver was being manipulated down, and he was trying to break the story about the COT report. A report, by the way, which we've been using since like the 80s, I think. I think it goes back to the 80s. But anyways, he comes out, there's this thing called a COT report, and I got in an accident, and a helicopter was chasing me down the bridge, and was going to take me out, and they were going to assassinate me because I was going to expose the manipulation. Meanwhile, as Rob pointed out, I think it's the short silver, long palladium spread among futures traders is like one of the most popular things out there. It's one of the most popular spreads. So Duh, the COT report shows that. Did you folks ever consider, oh, I don't know, that there's more out there than just binary directional trading? There's more out there. Come on, give me a break. Doesn't seem like that long ago that we were dealing with the silver religious fanatics. And now we've got the Bitcoin religious fanatics. Hey, you guys want to have fun with Bitcoin and it goes fantastic. You have fun, right? I'm not going to even try and bring up point, counterpoint. I'm so tired of that nonsense. Whatever. I am having a fantastic January, though. So, AMPH is a runner. Let's not just talk about the runners, though. Union Pacific and the equity income process. The long end of the curve has been sort of dinking around, probably in preparation of rates. We were long sent, and still are long sent at the time of this recording, but it's just dinking around. I'll keep up with it, you know. Everything else that's going on in our portfolio is helping us out, so gives me a little bit of staying power with Sint, but it's just sort of dinking around there, right? So we'll have to see about that one. But other than that, everything's going really good. So that's just been our thoughts. Don't fall in love. Don't get all emotional about wherever you're placing your money. God, it is dumbest rookie mistake there is. And so that has been what it's always been, right? That's simply been our thoughts. For whatever the heck day it is, as always, stay safe, trade well, and remember that love doesn't cost a dime.